Hey there, folks. Let's do today's CSS battle. Let's get it done. Get it done. Try to go fast. Maybe not fast. Ooh. Oh, look at that. Ooh, so neat. What a neat little pattern we got there. A subtle, interesting pattern. It makes me want to do the nested template and see what we can do there. See if that. What do we run into if we go nested? So the thing that we're doing is we're going to change the shape of the body with margins. 5, 4, 3, 2, so that it's the minimum size. 8, 9, 100, 1, 2. Okay, and then what do we need to do these blue parts? So we can do, I mean, there's a few different ways to do this, right? Like, so I've got this, all right, so I've got plain orange, assuming that's the color, as the color. And I'm going to do conic gradient. And it's going to be at a very small, and it's in the upper corner, 0, 0 background position. It's got a width, 100 pixels. It's got a height, maybe 70 pixels. And it's from a very shallow center, so not very far down. So from, it's not going to be 50%. It doesn't look like this and this and this. This is not two even halves. So we need to be, let's call it 40 pixels and then 10 pixels down. And now we do our colors. So transparent to let the orange show through, 75%. And then blue to cover. And we don't see anything. Why? What a great question. If I put a red on the background, oh, we cut up, no. 0, 6, blue. Oh no, because I did a from, and I meant at. I'm a human being. I make errors. All right, okay. So now we can see what we're doing. So what I want to do first is get the center correct. So 50 over 51, 52, 53, 53, 54, 55, 55. And then the height was that like 5 pixels, right? 5. And then I think the width needs to be wider. That's all we know at this point. We're only right now. I'm only concerned about the top row because we'll find out soon enough whether this is a terrible idea. 120, 125. Okay. And it would be great if we could get this aligned to do the bottom ones as well. In fact, that's kind of all I care about right now. Will that give us a clue? If I do, what, 300. If I do 280, 270, 260, 270, 280, 275, 275 nails it. Now, can I use the same one for this guy? Maybe not. So that and that are the ones that we're sure of now. Those, not so much. Not so much. But they are parallel. So I think what that tells me is that I'm going to use this again. So I'm going to copy that and I'm going to say plunk is a variable for --g gradient. And I need a semicolon to separate him. And we do var --var paren --g. And then we get exactly what we had before. All right. And all of this is dependent on the orange. If we get into, so you can see the notches with the red. You can see it that way too, but that's fine. All right. So if I just want this and this, it seems likely that those are going to interfere with what's going on there. So looking at these numbers, the from is 55 and 5, so 55 as a percentage of 125. I don't think we've got percentages that are going to make me super happy there. And then 5 is a percentage of 275 also. Not great. All right, so let's do another one. Bar dash g, comma. And then I'm going to move it down, right? I'm going to say 10 pixels, 60 pixels. Ah, so that's the, So 0 is the X, and then we move it down. So let's move it down. 50, 60, 70, 80. Nope, 75. All right. So that's the first position, and I think we know that the width is 125 pixels. So then we get that. This is a lot of work. Kind of has a little code smell like, is this the best way to do this? Maybe not. But the distance between this and the bottom one is enough that maybe it's going to repeat nicely. So I need to set a height. Do I need to set a height? Yeah, I need to set a height. Let's do 20 pixels and I'll get all lines. Ha ha ha. Nope, that's not what I want. And the brute force, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And now we're in the zone, 110, 20, 125. Okay. Then what? Now we got this guy. So is this a good solution? It's hard to crow about it. And then this is upside down from this. So let's do for this one a linear gradient. Linear gradient, which is transparent. No, is it transparent? What is it? I think because of the closeness of this little blue and this little blue, because of the closeness, I think I can't do a repeat, because if this repeats, that distance will put the next one on the y-axis right about here, and that's no good. Now I could make this, no, I can't make this, I can't make this yellow because then I'll only see one of them. So I'm locked into this one. So let's do, I'm going to put a background position of 40 pixels, and then I'm going to give it a height and width, 60 pixels, 60 pixels, and a no repeat. Now that's going to be expensive code-wise, but it's going to guarantee that this will work. I want blue, comma, and this is up and down, and then the last blue, and then a 0, comma, or just a comma. And then I need another comma to separate everything. There's my little gradient. There's my silly gradient. So you gotta see what that is with no color stops. It's just, hey, here's your gradient, buddy. But it's no good. All right, so I just want the little bitty blue part. Okay, so I'm gonna move this into position. I think it's less wide. Let's make it 40, and then move it down. 80, 80, 90, 100, and then over. 5, 6, 7. Can you see that? Hopefully you can see that. All right, and then it needs to be a little bit taller. 8. And then I think this is 5 pixels, 0, and 75 pixels, inferring from the height, and then 0. And that's how you get that. Now, and then it's another one of these, right? It's a whole nother one. Linear. Linear gradient, okay. Linear gradient that is, I need a comma, and I need, do I want to do all these same values, and will that help me? No, probably not. I mean, I could do this bigger. Yeah, no. Okay, so I'm going to go conservative move, transparent, blue, transparent, blue, transparent. So now we move that down. I'm going to put a 0 color stop at the next one and then go 100 pixels. Sure. And I want to get it right to the top of that. 7, 6, 7, 8. There it is, 80. And then how about 100 pixels? Put another 0 color stop to get a hard edge. Oh, 20 pixels is correct. All right, so then 0, and that's like 200 pixels, let's say. And then 0 to get a hard edge. 2, 10, 20. Nope, too far. 150, 60, 70, 80. Great. And then if the height we decided it was 20, so that's 200 pixels, and 0. And that's narrowing in, and that's how many gradients? 1, 2, 3, 4 gradients. Is it great? It gets the job done. These do not have sizes. Yeah, they don't have sizes. If I did this in percentages, is that better? So that's, yeah, this, oh, this, no, the linear gradient does have a size. But that's between, what is that between? It's between 80 and 200, so it's 120 pixels tall for the functional part of it. Is that right? Am I doing my math right? No, it's 100 pixels tall, so that's different from this 80. So I don't think we can reuse this guy. Not the way I've done it. So, yeah, okay. Minify unit replace, and this is a technique. Will I do another one? Well, I certainly didn't go fast. I was like, let's go fast. Like, this is one that doesn't, it's not particularly fast. But that's fine. All right. Now, so what happens if we do blank template and we go 3 of these guys and we give them a color of fly, and we do a margin, take it off there and put it here, and then we put blue on the background. And then we just move these numbers around. 10, there's 10, 100, 2, less tall, 10, 100, 100 is too tall. How about 50, 60, 70, 80. Was it 75? Is that what we're saying? No, it's 80 tall. Okay. And let's zero out the margins. Margin minus 10, 0. Okay. So right now, what I'd like to do is figure out the margin between the top and the bottom. And I probably know it based on the math, all the math I just did. Is it 20? 0, minus 5, minus 10, minus 15, minus 10. Is that correct? If I do a minus 10 and 0, I think that means if I remove this margin and then add, do 10, and then what, var m for the top margin, and then p plus p will be, or better, I'm pre-optimizing, probably a mistake. Premature optimization is in fact the, that's a mistake. You can look that up. Because I don't have a B. If I don't have the attribute, I cannot work with it. I cannot work with that attribute. 20. There it is. 10, 20. Okay. So then what? So then this conic gradient becomes simpler. And I think it means that I can do a conic gradient. And unfortunately, I've forgotten what it was. What is it? At 40 pixels, 5 pixels. And it's transparent. No. Yes? No. It's orange. 75%. So it's not the same. And then transparent. And it's at 0, 0. Oh, and even better, the at is going to be different. Var. Okay. Again, premature optimization. Not a good idea. 50, 55. And then a width, 60 pixels, 70, 80, 90, 100, what did we say, 125? Yeah, that sounds right now. And then the height, what did we say, 40 pixels, 50, 60, 70, 80, 75. There it is. Okay, great. So now we have the first and the last, and we need to make a change to this one. So let's do conic. We'll just do the full background, the full Megillah, and figure out what do we need to do to make this gradient be correct. We could flop the colors, but I think the size is the same. Oh, actually, the sizes are the same. So that means if I flop the colors, it'll work. Let's find out. No, so what do I, oh, and then the width is wrong, right? Like, that's no good. So the at is going to be different. Yeah, the flopping the colors, terrible idea. Terrible idea, but changing the position. Oh. So here's a problem. So I got a bad value, or yeah, I got bad values in there. And so I'm trying to make changes to the background position, and unfortunately, I have sabotaged my gradient, so it doesn't look like anything. So there we go. Now I can see it. All right. Once again. So this is going to be the blue color. So it's different. 25% of transparent, and then this orange. So they're not looking very similar, but I feel a little confident that we can sort this out. Okay, so then the width is going to be, oh, it's not as wide, is it? Yeah, no, it's not. 100. And then it's wider, so 60, 70. Oh, and even worse. That width is way wrong. It should be 100, 110. There it is. So at 55.5, 75%, 0. And then at 75, 0, 0, 110, 75. So okay. So let's do some vars. I mean, let's submit that and see what the score is. I'm gonna take a break. Okay, not a better score, but it's also pretty messy right now. All right, if we variabilize everything, we'll do the A for an at. Actually, I want to do it here. Var. A for an at. Okay, and then this is our couplet. I don't know if it's really called a couplet. I call it a couplet. It's two things, and that's kind of a couplet. And actually, I can do a from var --f or 0. I'm already changing it, already asking for trouble, already asking for big trouble. So I'm going to swap these. I'm going to do the from is, so we still want 3/4 orange, but for that one we want it from 90 degrees. Again, I've sabotaged myself a little bit by breaking this. So let's go X. That's pretty good. Look at that. I've sabotaged this and it's okay. So now width, W for width is, and that needs to be bar dash dash W. And I'm a big fan of using CSS custom properties, variables to do stuff like this because they have a lot in common. Yes, basic programming is like, well, what do they have in common? I don't like having to add this from business. That's not great. Let's submit that. This is a good one. I enjoy this one a lot. And you have many choices. This could be clip paths. This could be some inset borders. Let's minify and unit replace. I kind of like the look of the code. Like it's a little feels shorter. I don't know whether it really is, but let's see. It's a better score. So what was the prior one? Is that 646? The other one's 614. Yeah, so that's a little better because I'm using much fewer gradients. It's a single gradient that's just modified for the second one with the B variable. If I undo that, then they're all the same, and then their differences I can change with, instead of bracket B close bracket and a B, I can just do P plus P. Oh, no, and that breaks the last one. Ha ha ha, no, I can't do that. I would need to set a different selector. And I can do nth child 2, I can do nth type 2, I could set a class, I could set an ID. Attribute selectors is kind of what we go with for simplicity's sake. Strictly speaking, an attribute like this is not super legal. If you're going to add arbitrary attributes, you want to prefix it with data blah. So if I do data blah here and go, well, then it works, right? And you would put in like different, like data blah is different. So that's the one that's different. And that when you read your code, like, hey, I can see what that's different is there. That's a digression. This does not help you with code golf at all. Look at all those characters. That's no good. Let's put it back the way it was. All right, and that's it. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a good day, good night, good wherever you are. Universal greeting time is good morning, but whatever time you're reading this, watching this, listening to this, clicking on this, fast forwarding through this, skipping this, whatever you're doing to interact with this guy. I hope you enjoyed it. All right, bye-bye. Have a good day.